Welcome back to the Hero Stable. Today we're talking with actor, voiceover artist, and content creator Cait.
So we're glad to have Cait of most traits.
Most traits of all traits, really.
All traits, really.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're glad to have you. So cheers. Thank you for coming. You have your, as you said, your mocktail or something.
It's not alcohol.
It's not alcohol. So Cait needs her booze first thing in the morning. And we were like, here we go, Cait. We'll put it in this cup so nobody can see. No, it is tea. There's the tea maker over there. You can see the pot.
I love that you have a tea maker. I feel I need a tea maker, or I need one of those for my daddy.
Okay, go to my TikTok shop so I get the $1 commission.
Yes. Oh my God, yes.
If you're going to buy it, I did a video.
I'm going to buy it from you.
Buy it there so I get the $1. Okay?
I will. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be speaking about you. I have questions for you.
Oh, yeah, please.
Okay, so let's dive in. I want to get into the very first one. Where did it all start, Cait? Where was that spark? Where was that passion to be a performer? To be in the limelight?
Oh my God.
Was there a moment?
No, really. I just wanted to play piano for a long time and not stop and just do what I love, because my dad's actually a musician. I mean, I think I've shared this with on some platforms and some podcasts before. My dad's a musician.
Okay.
And he always said that the compass that we should follow, or the direction, or the North Star, should always be driven by what you love. And so, like, for me, at a very young age, dad being a musician made us, all three of us, my two brothers and I, he made us learn an instrument. My choice of instrument was the piano. And you couldn't pry me from that object. Like, you know, in Singapore, when you don't do your homework or you don't study, you cannot go downstairs and play.
Yeah.
For Cait, it was, we won't let you play the piano.
Really?
Yeah.
Incredible.
I would stay there for hours. Like, I would finish at Mach speed my homework just so I can go into the piano room, which is the music room, which all the instruments are, and just bang on the keys for 4 hours. And then, boom, I need light because I can't see the scores anymore because the sun's gone down, and then it's dinner time. And I'm like, reluctantly, just, okay, fine, I'll put my stuff away and go and have dinner. But like, it was the thing. So it wasn't really like I wanted to be a performer. I just wanted to do something where I didn't have to stop doing what I love.
Right.
Because I got sucked in.
Yes.
Later on in life, realized it was a ADHD hyperfocus trait.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some of that there.
Right.
For you, when it comes to the piano, do you still play?
No, but I have fond memories. And like, whenever I watch things like, Amadeus, and there's a new series, Amadeus, on Netflix, I want to cry thinking about it, because every time he plays a tune, I'm like, oh my God, I played that. Oh, Salieri, you silly old man. Like I know all these fun facts about these things because I was such a geek about it. Yeah, it just brings me back to childhood.
So you say you didn't want to stop doing the things that were fun as you got older, maybe like everybody else is considering, the careers that they want to take, young adulthood. How did that translate to you becoming more of because you did emceeing and performing as well. So how did that translate to that?
Well, timeline. All right, started off as like a kid who can't be pried from the piano. Did all the ABRSM, exams to be a concert pianist. And then one time I realized I could sing. Someone was like, oh my gosh, you have a good voice. I think that was the first time anyone ever said, like, Cait, you have a good voice. I'm like, okay. What am I going to do with this? I don't know. And I started singing because I'm like, okay, I'm a young 17-year-old. I'm like, okay, I'll try. And I started singing. Then I realized, oh, hell, I like it. It's still music.
Yes,
right?
It is.
And it's still very much a feeling activity. And then I thought, how can I never stop doing either the piano thing or the singing thing? What do people do for a living that will allow them to do this for the rest of their lives? Naively, I said rest of their lives because, there is a cutoff point, especially if you are in musical theater, because that's what came next. I was like, well, I know music theory, like at the back of my hand, and I can sing. And then going into musical theater, I could learn 2 other skills, which is dancing and acting. And so I went to musical theater school. And then I realized how much I love creating a character. I feel like in musical theater school, people think about triple threat, right? Like sing, act, dance. But people don't understand that you can be a great singer and a great dancer. If you can't act, you can't tell the story. So the thing that links singing and acting is the storytelling, which is being the actor, embodying that person that people can follow because they relate to you. So then it was singing, singer, actor first. Dance, you had to reach a certain level to graduate. So I just did it. And now I actually can, like, I'm a pretty good dancer. I'm not a dancer, but I'm a good mover.
That's good. I'm a good mover.
Yeah. That's what we call it, to soften the blow that you're not a triple threat. And yeah, so I've always identified as a singer, actor, dancer, being the third thing. Yeah, and then that was musical theater. And then when I graduated, I went to Disney, and I realized I learned so many things about the business side, because Disney is literally a corporation of performers. And small Singapore, small city, Cait, was always told, like, doctor, lawyer, engineer, or failure. Why? Because nobody's really an actor, singer, dancer, performer, unless they want to disappoint their whole lineage
Yeah.
for spending all that time raising you and giving you a good education, etc.,
Yes.
etc. So it was always just like, what if, right?
Understood.
So it went from music to acting to tell the story, to seeing how the business is the thing that ties everything in, to actually being able to make a living from the things that you love.
Yes. What was it that tipped you off to look into Disney, and where exactly was your first job there?
Okay.
What location?
So I went to Disney Hong Kong.
Oh,
They came to my
okay.
school the last 2 months before I graduated to audition. And I thought, I'll just go for the audition because, hey, they're here. You know, I didn't have to go anywhere. Usually you would have to fly somewhere to go and audition. So you spend money. You don't even know if you get the role, right? But this was coming here. So I'm like, cool, I'm going to go and do it anyway. Good first experience. It was hard. Like, I mean, okay,
Go ahead.
let me be real. It was hard because I started with the dance audition. And Disney dancers are dancers. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not a terrible dancer. In fact, I'm a pretty good dancer, except Disney level of dancers. Think America, that stuff.
Yeah.
Cartwheels on each other's shoulder. Like, what do you call them? Silks. Stunts.
Yeah.
Because you have to fly, right? Because you have to create
Yes.
magic, right? You have to do all the stuff. And I had no experience in that. And it was jeté after high kicks after. And then halfway through that dance audition, I just said, excuse me, I can't. It was like, we count by eights. And after 16 eights of 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, I was like, you know, like after maybe 12 eights, I was like, I don't think I can continue. Like, you know, I cannot. This is not my area of expertise. I do know what I'm good at, though. I'm good at acting and singing. So at 2:30, that was my acting singing audition. And I went for that. And that was easy.
Okay.
I walked in. I gave them my score. I sang the tune. And they just handed me the contract.
Wow.
They were like, you're perfect. Please
Wonderful.
consider, when can you start? And that really taught me, like, there's a place for everyone. Linking that to why I signed without hesitation and I left. It's because I realized in Singapore, if I wanted to do this, I will always be met with people who are never going to believe that this was a possible or viable career choice. And I don't need people to tell me I cannot. I need someone to enable me so hard
Yes.
that I believe so strongly
Yeah.
that my audacity in this area, I don't even know. Nobody knows what's going to happen. But I need someone to tell me that you can if you put your mind to it. And that's what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted. And so I had to leave because I went to the biggest entertainment. What do you Disneyland? That's a theme park,
Conglomerate.
right? Exactly.
Yeah.
My first job is Disneyland, where everyone wanted this.
Yeah.
Everyone worked hard for this. Everyone ended up here, and everyone's doing what someone said they couldn't do and getting paid a monthly salary for it.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yes.
It makes it real.
Absolutely.
And in Disney, Hong Kong was where I learned that it is possible. And also I wanted to get away from
I
Singapore.
understand, but
Yeah.
it's so important to go to an environment that is going to be supportive of you. And
Where it's not out of the norm in a
yeah,
sense,
and it's
right?
not out of the norm, and not everybody has to be one of 3 professions, basically.
Right. Yeah.
That's great. So your time in Disney Hong Kong, what were you doing there? What sort of role did they give you?
So I had like, I think one of the most sought after roles. I don't know if I dare to say this, but I think it is because from what people were saying, they're like, oh, I hope to be able to audition for your role. You know, it was the lead journalist of a Broadway style musical theater show.
Lead journalist of a Broadway style musical theater show.
My character was a journalist,
Mm.
and she was the lead character of the Broadway style musical theater show
Wow.
at Disney Hong Kong. And she's basically the person that everybody can relate to. Like, you want to be drawn into this world, and she's the one that starts in the real world and then brings everybody along the ride with her
Oh my
as she met
goodness.
the Disney characters and got to sing and dance with them.
I can feel it.
Yeah. They really know how to craft the story, you
They
Americans.
do. They do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's the character.
How long were you that character for?
About 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what happened after that?
I basically told them I didn't want to stay.
You didn't want to stay. Okay. So during that time, you're playing this character and you're playing how many shows a week?
So you work 5 days. It's just like a regular job. And you have 1, 2, 3 shows a day. 4 if, someone needs to take a break. 5, you get paid extra.
Oh,
So
okay.
you never want to. Like, it seems so easy because the show is only half an hour. You're a performer. It's adrenaline and then dip. Adrenaline and then dip 3 times max a day. You're done.
It's draining.
It's like going for a run for 30 minutes and then waiting 2 hours and going for a second run and then repeating again.
I know. I'm just trying to put my head in that situation. It's got to be.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I didn't realize at that point, but on hindsight, when people are like, oh, so easy, what? I thought, man, the amount of time I had to like sleep between the shows because it was like, the adrenaline is up and then you're highly strung. And then once it dips, you have to start another show.
It's basically putting you into like bipolar, like,
Yeah.
okay, curtain close, go. And
It's
like,
really stressful. Yeah. It's stressful on the body.
It's very stressful on the body and the mind and the emotions too, because you have to bring those emotions. You can't just go out there and be like, sorry guys, I'm going to be phoning it in today.
Yeah, also, but to be fair, like Disney was happy and happier. So
Happier, yeah.
it's okay. You just have to keep smiling. Even though the eyes are dead sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, hello, children.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, wow. So was that the thing that kind of pushed you to say, hey, after 2 years, I'm done?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
No, actually, there's a really good story. You'll like this story. Like one of my friends came into the break room crying, and we were like all huddled around her, like, what's going on? What happened? Who said what? Who do we need to beat up? Like, yeah, this shit happens in Disney,
I know.
I'm not going back so I can say this stuff.
You can.
But yeah, so we were all huddled around her, like, what's going on? What's going on? She's like, she's been a princess for 12 years. Beautiful girl. Now she's 31. And Disney's like, we can't have you anymore. We're going to put you in the admin office. The way you react is exactly how any performer feels when you
Yeah.
strip them of the love of what they do and then say, now, we're not going to drop you, but you might as well drop me.
Yeah.
I ain't doing paperwork, man. Like, fuck this. I'm not doing paperwork. I don't know, like, what do you mean admin? Like numbers? Like, no, that's not where my strengths lie. Imagine like being told, sorry, because of the way you look, you are now being made redundant at 31.
Oh,
And 24-year-old me was mortified. It's like, you mean if I stayed here, in about a few years, 8 years, I will be made redundant too. I will be told that I'm not pretty enough and I'm no longer of worth in this company.
Oh.
And now my worth is nothing wrong with admin now. Don't get me wrong. Oh my God, people want to cancel me. No, I'm not saying that. It's just that, when you're trained to do something else and then they put you in something that's completely the opposite end of the spectrum, it is hard. It's a hard pill to swallow.
Okay, so I hope you don't mind me asking.
I'll tell you if I mind.
Okay, let me know if you mind. So, was there then that fear too, because you're doing the same show for 2 years and the same character? Was it a fear as well of if you don't branch out, if you don't spread your wings and get a bit more experience, do a bit more that's more quote unquote versatile, that you would end up admin office?
It's absolutely that.
Okay.
Thanks for putting it that way and reminding me that that's absolutely like the biggest fear,
Okay.
putting my fear to words. Yes, I didn't want to be made redundant at 31 and not have other skills
Okay.
or transferable skills or skills that converge into something else. This was a great head start.
That's wonderful. I mean, it sounds like a wonderful head start. Where did you set your sights to next then?
So I stayed in Hong Kong for about like 6 months to see if I can get into like the film industry and everything. It was a different ecosystem, but then I met a French performer also leaving Hong Kong, and he is a circus performer.
Oh,
And he was so good. I'd never seen a performer like go into himself and share that. Like he wasn't even sharing. He was not performing for you. He was inviting you into his head, if that makes sense.
yeah, that makes sense.
Isn't that like a powerful statement? He taught me that.
Wow.
He said, I'm not performing. I have invited people into my head. And like, if you think about it, like
Yeah.
it's so true.
Mm.
The people that are performing are performative for applause. He's geeking out. Now, as a person who focuses on doing what she loves, like that's like the ultimate goal. An artist doesn't create for people. They can commission work, but an artist creates because they have a message or because they have something they want to share
Yeah.
that has affected them. It's so vulnerable, and this guy just has it.
Mm.
And I don't know what possessed me, but when we left Disney, I said, hey, Mikkel, do you want to go to Singapore? And I can be your manager. So right after 2 years of being a performer, something I studied so hard to become, I decided to become someone's manager because I think in that moment I saw something in him that I know I will never achieve. And I thought, hey, you know what? The product is good. I'm going to try and learn the business side of it.
Okay.
And we killed it. We killed it from the very start. We unalived it.
We unalived it from the
Cannot
start.
say the K word on TikTok in case you need to. Bleep it out.
I bleep it out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was mad.
What were you guys doing then?
So we ended up doing, well, he is the main act. He's a contact juggler, basically juggling, but the ball does not leave the body. So it looks like he's the avatar, the airbender, basically. I was managing him, selling shows for him, like making sure I bridge between performer and someone willing to pay for performer. And it grew into this entertainment business because we have friends. We travel and do shows, touring shows, and we meet people along the way. And he has friends from France who also do circus acts. It's like a dime a dozen,
Yeah.
And so when the opportunity came where the client was like, do you have more? I offered to run shows. So I would put together the show based upon a client's budget, fly everyone in, manage all of that, house them, give them per diems. And then a few days before the actual event, here, this is the sequence, this is the music, go and put something together for this. And then we rehearse. And then we'd rehearse and then we'd do it for one night. And literally it'd be like a 20-minute show and it'd be like a ton of money. So I thought,
Wow.
this is amazing. Like I started to see how much money there actually is in the entertainment industry that people don't really talk about because I guess nobody really says because the people that do the business side of it will be the ones that see.
Correct.
And then the rest of us just get exploited.
Yeah.
And then we tell each other this myth of yeah, but everybody doesn't have money. Yeah. Like, I've told so many people who are like myself, just a performer, right? They do. You got to ask. And I'm always being met with things like, yeah, but what if they just go with someone else? And now I can confidently say, let them. But you can't say that unless you've experienced what I've experienced, which is it's possible. You just need to know how to ask.
How long did this go on for then?
I think maybe 4 to 6 years.
4 to 6 years.
Yeah.
Were you doing anything?
No. I lie. So I was 24 when I came back, did this thing. I think we disbanded in when I was 28, so 4 years. Yeah.
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Then that's not lying. You said 4 to 6 years.
I think, when you disband, it sort of takes a while to sort of separate things
Dissolve.
and yeah, exactly.
Oh, I see. What was the dissolving process like, and what sort of emotions were involved with this even?
I think what I learned was that not everybody can have one foot in performer and business,
Okay.
because Mikkel definitely didn't have the business acumen in him,
Okay.
to say the least.
Okay.
And so it's not for everyone. It was very hard because I think at the end of it, I realized how much he depended on me. And so I also felt like I'd let him down a little bit, but I was also ready to do something for myself.
Fair
I
enough.
learned so much with him, and it's not like I said or he said, let's disband, it's more like directions change, right? And so we're still friends.
That's good.
He's in Dubai doing very well now.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Happy story for him too.
but also, it reminded me that you can't keep doing things for people because they'll never learn. Right?
So with this dissolving, what I'm hearing from you is it sounds like you had a pivot in direction in yourself. There was this moment where you felt like maybe you wanted to be a star again, or maybe just do something more for you. I don't know yet, but was there an element of that kind of made this split?
I think I wasn't clear before, but I didn't actually stop performing at all.
Okay.
So when I managed him, I think, that's also a good segue into why I became a host.
Sure.
I was managing him. I'm aggressive with negotiations, but one of the
That's good.
but one of the events, because you know what, it's easier to negotiate for someone else at the start because you want to protect them.
Okay.
So then it becomes no, as the manager, if you don't give him this, he's not going to be able to do the show. On top of that, don't feed us. Pay us so we can feed ourselves. It's very simple, right? But how do you say that for yourself?
It's hard.
Bro, I need to eat.
I need to eat.
Right.
Go ask your parents.
Exactly. So but also in negotiating hard for him, I realized how much money there actually was, right? And how much money people were actually willing to put in. You just have to explain and ask people to help you get back on track. You just need to be able to communicate that. But yeah, so that's how I became an MC. I was promoting him for a show. They loved him. They were like, next year, can we have him back? Can we do a different kind of show? And I was like, yeah, sure. And you speak French. And this was a French Chamber of Commerce event. And they're like, you speak French. I'm like, well, yeah, I learned so I could talk to the performers that I needed to put the show together with, And they're like, well, but you say it without an accent. Would you like to host for us next year? And you have a nice voice. You're beautiful. All these things seem to be something that would make you a great host. And I was like, yeah. And then they told me how much they were going to pay me. And I said, yeah, I could try. So then I started. I did that next year. And I thought, oh my God, this is like performing on stage, but easier. I had all the mannerisms that they required because I approached all of these things as a character that someone wanted to see. And I ended up doing a lot of proper galas, when people call it a gala, it's not like, oh, get together, play some games. No, these are like old money people. These are embassies, international, European.
Wow.
Yeah. And so it was everything was an event. It was an event, like a ball. And so when people say, oh, Cait, you're very elegant, I feel like I just it's a job hazard. I picked that up. through hosting for all of these chambers of commerce or like embassies.
No wonder.
Does that make sense to
It
you?
makes more sense because I can see you doing that switch. Like you can embody that just very elegant.
Yeah, you don't walk, you glide. That was the
Glide.
first thing someone ever told me, and I was like, oh well, okay. You never do sudden actions, you glide.
You never do sudden
You
action.
don't do the sudden action. It's always like, oh, you've dropped something. Breathe, take a pause, and just not even presenting or performative or anything, in the least amount of steps and actions and reactions as if nothing has happened.
I'm trying to learn.
I didn't realize that it would come in handy for the roles that I had moving forward, but it did. You know, people want to talk about transferable skills. I didn't realize these things, these experiences in life would be a transferable skill.
Right.
You know, it's not like something that you can quantify, you know? And yet, this is what people associate me with. That the way I speak, super clearly, super neutral, everybody can understand, you know, the grasp of the English language, the mannerism, and that's now what people see. And sometimes I just don't feel like that. And I don't try to hide it. So what people see is like Cait, real life, Rabba. I'm your grungy artist, gritty, resilient, relentless artist. And then you have, I'm in character now because the client has paid me to be in character. And so I will present that because this is my job. You know, we all wear masks.
Yeah.
Work face and home face, different face.
Correct.
It's just that I show everybody, I show people the faces on social media because I want them to remember you don't have to be perfect if they're not paying you.
That's true. But it sounds like a lot of these transferable skills that you're talking about, it's not like you could create a course. You cannot create a college course of like, okay, mannerisms 101. You could, but it's not a for sure thing that it's going to work out for somebody. And I think that that is what you embody and why people gravitate so much to you because you did so many different unique things. And all of these kind of make this patchwork quilt or stained glass window that is you, you know? And it's just nobody else can embody that. And I think that's what shines through.
It's a blessing and a curse
Okay.
because I currently have a business that is unscalable. If I cannot notate exactly how you can embody this, and
Okay.
I can't.
So you feel that it's blessing and a curse. Okay.
Because it's a business where people will depend on me, and there's only one Cait. So there's no scalability in that.
I see.
However, I'm thinking about it. I'm getting old, so I have to think about it. I am. I think I'm taking 2026 to think about how I am able to train people into that persona, but it has to come from them. So I'm fine tuning things.
I think you can still, yeah, you,
Because at the end of the day, they were all trainable. I was
yes.
trained into this persona, and
Mm,
it's now me. It's
yeah.
not like I'm putting on an act. It's just like flipping a switch, and I'm like, okay, she is fancy Cait now.
Correct.
And then when I go home, I switch it off and like get out of the get up, the makeup, the hair, and I am Rabak Cait.
Mm,
And that duality can exist in any human being. So why
yeah,
not you?
I agree.
Mm.
But see, I think that's even still an interesting perspective if you were able to train people and those skills and quality, because I don't think anybody is going to have the same
Right.
makeup. I feel like you're making different stained glass windows, you know, but every single one is going to be made with different pieces,
Yeah.
right? But they're all beautiful.
Yes.
So, okay, after this, after doing, you're talking about the emceeing and learning how to be more eloquent, and you were in these galas. So after that, the circus act and the managing dissolve.
So many. You understand why I'm Cait of all
Right.
trades
Like
now.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, wait, the this and the that, and I don't even know if it's ADHD anymore.
It is ADHD,
It's
but
life ADHD.
it's life ADHD. It's skills ADHD.
The
It's
embodiment.
a collector of experiences ADHD.
Right. So you're this is dissolving, and or you guys are just moving different ways.
Mhm.
Where is it that you went into after that? Because you've been doing some emceeing along.
MC, but also I did touring shows and stuff like that, some mall shows here and there, but like really consistently for the whole 4 years that I was managing him. But I hurt myself at some point,
Oh.
and for 3 months I was out of commission. So that was when I was like, I need to figure out something. You know how I said, like, naively thought, I want to do something I love for the rest of my life, right?
Yeah.
I ended up doing multiple things that I love, right? And they're all triggered by the realization or the growing up factor, which is you can't do the same thing for the rest of your life because you don't know what life is going to throw at you.
Right.
And so can't dance, can't hardly walk, can't even MC because heels.
That's right.
Nobody thinks about this, but my biggest fear as an MC is falling on stage because it happened once.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but like people are like, you just have to look good and speak well. Yeah, but you know how hard it is to look good and speak well and not fall on stage with the dress code and all that? Like a lot of courage, okay?
And you're talking about gliding. So gliding in heels is not.
I mean, it's hard for people to understand because, and I don't expect people to understand. It's just, that's my perspective of it, right? But I hurt I twisted my ankle. Couldn't do anything with my leg. So I gathered all the money I had and I spent it on biz dev, which is went to LA to study acting for camera.
Okay.
Because I realized that camera actors can be pregnant and they just get shot up here. They can be in a wheelchair on crutches and you just see this. And so I thought, yeah, I think it's still using what I've learned, what I've studied as an actor. And I also love telling stories through character. Also, I've been on TV throughout these 4 years already. So I thought, okay, I'm interested in building a character with more depth. Let's go to LA, the mecca of acting for camera, right? Yeah.
Correct.
So I spent my money there, lived there for 6 months, and that was also when I disbanded with Mika. So when I came back, once again, hey guys, how's the scene? What did I hear from my fellow actors who are also trying their best in this industry? Oh, it's so saturated. If I had $1 for every time someone says an industry is saturated, I wouldn't be super rich. But like, I think anyone can relate to this. You graduate, you study something. Oh, but this industry is so saturated. I do not want to hear your negativity. I want to hear the ways that I can overcome this. Right? And to overcome saturation, you need to stand out. Right? But not in a way that is not true to you. So I started teaching at schools. And within 6 months of coming back, I said I couldn't do it anymore because I was auditioning for things as well. And because I'd started auditioning for commercials, I started booking them like back to back. I auditioned for 4 things and booked all 4 in month 3. So I had to like take days off from teaching drama and realize, oh my gosh, this is actually sustaining me like way better than teaching drama. And you get the adage, people say those that can't do teach, right? And it's not a bad thing to me, but like I wanted to do because I'd already been managing Mikkel and I'm like, I want to do now. I want to do everything I studied. I want to do. I have a freaking bachelor's degree in doing this stuff. I want to do. And so I think when I booked everything, I just thought, you know what? I'm sorry to let you down, guys, but like I can't continue. I need to do. And so I went and did.
Great.
And through doing, I learned about loading fees, that you don't just charge your day rate. You don't have an hourly fee. You have how much they use your face on certain things, multiplied by the number of countries, multiplied by how many years they use your face. Because another company isn't going to be like, hey, we would like you to talk about our mugs after I see your face promoting this mug everywhere in the world. They're not going to pay you. So it's also called an opportunity cost, which is also something I learned when I was paying time to the school of life.
Yeah. Yes. Taking time. But it's reinventing yourself. And I think sometimes life comes with these moments and it says to you, you can evolve, you can grow, or you can just stay stuck at this. And I think a lot of times you chose to evolve and grow. So
I have my dad to thank for this.
do you?
he has all these quotes that he's curated from, books that he's read. He's read a lot of books growing up. Like, I always see new books and he's always stacking them up. And the quote for this was, problem doesn't go away until it's taught you what you needed to learn. Yeah, but anyway, it's taught me like being solutions driven is the only way to go.
It's a good way, and I think it's probably the most motivating thing for people out there, and
Is it?
probably the best advice too, because I wanted to circle back to what you were saying with saturated markets. If I got $1 every time somebody said it, because there's
Have you heard that also a lot?
all the time.
Yeah. Everything,
wanted
not
to go-
just us, everything.
everything worked. But the thing people don't often talk about is like, you're talking about one narrow way of doing it, one narrow way of being a performer. That's what most people see. And so, of course, you think it's saturated. If you just specifically want me to be like replacing, Leonardo DiCaprio or
Yeah.
something, yes, it's saturated. He's like
Yeah.
0.01%.
One guy.
He's one person, it's not like Hollywood's going to be knocking on my door.
Yeah.
And so that's where I think the misconception comes in, because we are entertained all the time. We're doing so many different things. People want this. And like you said, there's always a way of doing it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I think to your point, there's many ways to skin a cat. Sorry, I'm not going to skin your cat. I love cats. I'm
She's
also
not going into
deathly...
my house.
No, you don't
I'm
let me.
feeling very uncomfortable now in this conversation. Relax. Go ahead.
Okay.
Continue with that one.
Yeah, I mean, okay, no, all roads lead to Rome. Maybe not the same thing, but there's many ways to skin a cat, hide a body, kill a... What? My ADHD brain went crazy. You can't even use the K word, so we have to unalive a person. But for example, musical theater, you're triple threat, or you're an actor, singer, dancer. You can use them together, you can use them separately. You're already a stage performer. You speak, you memorize, say words on stage. Not that you have to memorize anything when you're a host, but you still speak on stage. Stage right, whatever. What is that, right? So you're already not afraid of being on stage, not afraid of speaking to people, not afraid of being judged by a crowd of 1,000 to 3,000 people. What's stopping you from just saying words? You still have to look good in musical theater. You have to look in character. This is another character. So I just never thought there were anything. I just never thought anything would stop me if I could find a way through.
Yes.
And I think a lot of people get stopped by themselves.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't think it's possible, but I'm like, yeah, but how about if it is possible, what would that look like? And if I'm okay with all the conditions to make this possible, then I'll do it.
Yeah.
Right? To break
Right.
it down simply.
Yeah.
Professional explain of things.
No, it's probably the best thing, because I recently saw this. It was like a study, and it is, if you believe that you can reach a goal, like you believe something like climbing a big mountain, if you genuinely believe you can do it, when you get to those tough points and parts, those who don't believe, they're just like, see, I knew it was too tough. They bail out. But if you will be more encouraging to yourself, push yourself to actually reach that goal, and you'll find yourself reaching it.
Yeah.
You'll find a way.
Well, yeah.
So going back to when we were talking, you're booking all of these commercials, you're doing a bit more work. It's actually able to sustain you more than being a drama teacher. What is that like, and how long is this going on for?
I think, and I don't know if this is true, but I think there's a cycle of 4 years where you can only do so much in all the industries before they're like, okay, but she reps every single thing now.
Oh, I see.
Like, this condo, this establishment, this mall, this everything, this cup, this table, this chair. I think we cannot use her anymore. I think we're going to take it slow. We're going to change someone
Oh.
else. So I think there's a cycle.
Then you were on every cereal box, and they're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, right. No, but I was also doing things on TV. So, I was trying
Yeah.
to like grow in my art.
I understand.
I really love crafting stories. I think
Mm.
my whole life is about stories,
Yeah.
about telling it, about
Mm.
living it, about experiencing it. It's all about narratives. And I don't think I knew it until social media.
Okay. So was that when you started transitioning into social media during that period?
No, actually.
No.
If people scroll far back enough, they'll realize how terrible my social media was. I leave it up also because look, we change.
We do.
And that's fine. That's normal. But it was more like a scrapbook for me.
Okay.
And actually, there was one pivotal moment that made me realize I need to take this platform seriously. And it was when I was auditioning for this drama, and it was big. It was a movie. It was going to be Asia Pacific. And I auditioned for it. And this was at the height of, everybody having a lot of followers. And I auditioned, and the casting director was like, oh my gosh, you're so natural on camera. Like, you embodied it so well. I felt for you, you weren't performative at all. You were just living the character. And I loved that. I loved that. Acting is not acting, but reacting, right? And that's what you learn, right? Acting 101. And to have someone see that as opposed to being on a program that wanted you to give more to the point of it becoming naff and performative.
Yes.
It was rare. And as a serious actor, like a person that takes the craft very seriously to the point of an obsession, it was hard to hear that I didn't get the role because the producer thought I only had 2,000 followers and I wasn't going to bring very much to the table for distribution.
Yeah.
Like, I went all the way to the end, and then they said, we love you. What are your dates? Yeah. Can you fly here for shoot? Can you? Yeah. Oh, really sorry to disappoint you, but mm, producer said, like, I want to be honest with you because it wasn't what you did. It was that you didn't have enough following. And they all felt for me because they felt sad for me. And I felt sad for me.
I feel sad for you too.
Thank you. And that was when, my dad's words came back into my head, and it was, what are you going to do about it? The problem doesn't go away until it's taught you what you needed to learn. And you either find a solution or you give yourself an excuse. What are you going to do? And so I decided to start working on my social media so that this will never happen again.
Yes.
I mean, it comes with different problems afterwards, You get something, people are like, oh, it's because she has followers, right? But you can't please everyone. You're not a bar of chocolate.
No.
And even then, I don't like chocolate, so
Okay.
can't please everyone.
No, you can't please everyone. Okay, so going back to the social media then,
Yeah.
you start building this because you got passed over for this role and you're inspired to build up your social media. How did it start for you? Like, what were the things that you focused on? What did you hit your head against? Like, what were the
Oh, I
things?
mostly hit my head against stuff
Okay.
because I didn't understand, because I didn't have that mentality where I wanted to follow people to see what they did because I was busy building my own life, right? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like I just had no time to consume. And so when I thought about creating, I didn't know where to start. So again, it was like restarting all over again. I feel like it's a bunch of restarts. My whole life was a bunch of restarts. But it was very lucky because I booked a gig on, I think it was Singapore's largest YouTube channel, Click Network.
Okay.
And the series Girl Band called Girl Band was co-produced by Singapore's top influencer, Xia Xue.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Who has never heard of Xia Xue? You know what I mean? She is the mother of influencers, all creators. And one day while I was doing makeup, I remember this specifically because she's like, you have the least followers. And listen, I just want to say, like, I like her as a person. I think she's curt, but she doesn't do it to be rude. She's just herself, and I respect that. She's like, everyone has higher following than you, right? Why are you not filming this process? And I said to her, like, do people want to see me doing makeup? Like, do they want to? And she's like, yeah, just do it. They want to know, when this thing releases, they're like, oh, this is the behind the scenes. They want to see it. I'm like, I could not think of anything more boring than watching someone get ready for something.
Mm.
I could not picture myself doing that for someone else, and therefore I couldn't do it for myself. So then what was the next step? It was to sit down and study, which means follow a bunch of people, consume their content. And it was arduous as fuck because I didn't enjoy a lot of content.
Yeah.
I didn't understand a lot of why people are sharing the things that they're sharing. And also when you see a new person, you're like, I don't know them.
Mm.
And then when they talk to you, like, as if you're supposed to know them, you're like, I don't know. I don't know this. Is this normal? Is this not normal? Is this new for you? Is this like, like, I don't understand, right?
Yeah.
But I did it anyway. I just replicated. And so I think for 5 years, I replicated anything that I thought I would try. I literally, for 5 years, you look through my social media, and people have followed me for like longer from during that time. They will see the whole evolution. Let me know. Because I definitely had a pivotal moment, which was probably 2.5 years back when I went on TikTok. After that series was released, my follow count just jumped because people liked my character, like my craft,
I can understand why.
and like the craft, the character that I crafted,
Mm.
they liked it. And so, it was cathartic as an actor.
Mm. That's good.
It's good. It's a good feeling. Like, you see, I don't tend to get validation externally. I always feel like I won't take advice from people I wouldn't take criticism from, and I wouldn't take criticism from people I wouldn't take advice from.
Mm.
And most people are in that category of people, right? So
Right.
then whether or not they think I'm a good singer has no bearing on how I feel about my craft
Yes.
or my acting,
Right.
right? But I think in this moment, I was really not sure what I was going to do and how I was going to approach this social media thing after being told I needed more following. So when that boost happened, it was not like what people say, like a dopamine hit. It was more like proof, right? It was proof of concept.
Yeah.
Or proof of validation or viability. And in any business, if you get a proof like this, right? Like a proof of concept, you like, go on, keep going with it. So I attended every event. I did what the influencers did, mostly. Can I show you?
Yeah. Oh, really?
Everything I did in commercials,
Oh.
right? Because commercial is happy or happier. And that's why I love the characters, because you got sad, you got jealousy, you got envy, you got wrath, you got all of the things that you don't get to expand in a commercial or something
Yeah.
like social media. And so that became my new normal. Okay, I'm just going to be happy or happier. But I looked back at all of those things and it just didn't feel like me.
Mm.
I just felt like, who the fuck is she? But I did it because I was growing. But some part of me just felt like, what was I influencing? Right? If the title for this is an influencer, then what am I influencing? And to me, products are never the way to go. Products are never, like, I don't buy things because it will make me look rich in front of everyone. I'm rich on the inside because of the experiences that I've allowed myself to have or given myself throughout the years. So much so that a branded bag does not speak to me in the same way as if I really love the workmanship behind it and the design. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm going to spend money on this. But like, mass consumerism isn't on brand for me. But I do, as a girl, use products.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, I try to work with every company because then, when they pay you, it just looks like, holy cow. But very soon after, COVID hit.
Mm.
And before that, I already heard some of my peers, in the artist world say, oh yeah, Cait sold out. She did commercials. Now she's doing social media. But they didn't even ask for my trajectory. Like, why? Right? They just want to judge. And so I thought, okay, that's fine. But then a real moment of catharsis hit when social media fell upon us, fucking wiped us all out. There's no performances. And I don't feel good about people losing their jobs. Let me just get that straight. But it was almost like, if someone's making fun of you the whole time, and then you have a little bit of Schadenfreude,
Yeah.
that you didn't let that affect you, because now everyone is sending me as much toilet paper as I freaking need to wipe my one bottom and paying me money to tell you that you can buy because now they restocked. What the hell? I'm like, don't even use that much toilet paper. I use water. But now I have more toilet paper than I will ever need. In fact, for 5 years, I had toilet paper. Didn't have room for said toilet paper, but I have it for 5 years. Yeah. And I only recently realized how expensive it is because I had to buy again because I run out of the toilet paper, right? Like, I mean, just that's like an anecdote, right? But like, I had re-gifts for my family at the end of the year by the dozens. My family was inundated with skincare and soaps and hair care and like makeup and beauty things that they will never be able to finish using in their lives. And I would never be able to finish using in my life. And that's why I share. And I tell them it's a re-gift. All of this and all I'm hearing on social media is, oh my God, look at all these influencers, influenzas. Again, right? Always with the
Negative
negative,
connotation.
comments and expectations and perspective.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand because I was like, well, why? And then you see the story, you read the article. Oh, they're like asking for free things in exchange for a post. And you should be so lucky that I post about you, right? And I'm like, oh, that's terrible. Like, I feel like business transaction aside, like, you shouldn't send an email that looks like that, right?
No.
Hang on. Does this not happen in every single industry, every single community? Which is why if you misrepresent America, everyone's going to say Americans are all stupid. One loudmouth on the internet. You have one very loudmouth on the internet now. And everyone's going to think everybody is stupid because of this one loudmouth on the internet. Right? And here I am, back and forth in different countries, people asking questions like, oh, aren't you afraid of the guns? I'm like, but I disagree with the guns, but like, it's not like they're flying on the streets all over the place. I've never so much as had like one racist comment hurled my way. You know, we can't generalize an entire ecosystem of influencers or content creators based on this one article.
Yeah.
And that translates to every single aspect of life, every community, every industry. So it was jarring for me because I also realized how alone I felt in knowing that I was able to translate that one situation across all industries and communities. And I may be the only one that could do that.
Yeah.
Because everyone is so quick to judge, quick to blame, quick to self-victimize. And I couldn't see that. And is that what humanity is? And is that why I am feeling so disjointed from social media? It's because that's what they expect. They expect the drama, they expect the hype, they expect the FOMO, but I cannot, because I cannot give them that because I do not feel that. And I would rather influence in a different way. But if I break from that system that people are so familiar with, then will I just never make it to the numbers that will help me get the role? You see, everything I do is always in consideration of whether or not I'm able to get that role.
Yeah.
Like everything I do is driven around being an actor. And that's why I keep that in my title. I want people to know that.
Yes.
But mostly they just hire me for hosting and voiceover and content.
I've spoken to you before, and I think you told me that there was this point where you were really considering what it meant to be an influencer, and you were doing the kind of like these ones you were telling me about.
Yeah.
But then you decided to show yourself authentically, and that was a change.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is like, it was the point where I wanted to like get rid of this all, like stop.
You wanted to stop
I was
completely.
like, I'm going to stop. I'm just going to quit social media. I'm going to fly to the UK and house myself there and see what I can do with
Wow.
my career in acting or something. Yeah. I was so tired of it because I was like, I am not doing I'm doing it a service to the ecosystem by continuing with this mass consumerism mindset, FOMO, hype, we're pushing humanity towards a direction of pointlessness.
Yeah.
Without stuff.
Yes.
And I remember what my dad said. If
Always
you're in
back.
the abyss, then the only way is up.
Yes.
So I just gave it my one last attempt at being me. I went on TikTok. I was in the voiceover studio at this point, and I was like, nobody wants to know this. Nobody wants to know what the fuck a voiceover. You know what? I'm just gonna do that because I've seen comments like, "Oh my gosh, you got a good voice. You should be a DJ. You should be a DJ." Okay, no, I'm not a DJ, but this is what I do with my voice. Pulled out my camera, and in one video, I said, "A lot of people don't know what I do because I still didn't know how to create a video at this point, but it just hit all the right notes for this one video." Said, "A lot of people don't know what I do." You could see the microphone in the background. I'm a voiceover artist. Let me give you an example. And then I did the MRT voice because that was like the easiest thing for me as a voiceover. It's like the basic comfort voice, right? To me, anyway. But that was a hit. Like it just went viral. And I was like, and then the followers shot up, and I thought, I guess that worked.
I guess that worked.
And still with that thought of I'm going to quit anyway at the back of my mind, what's the worst that could happen? I get canceled. Well, you know what? I was going to cancel myself before you were going to cancel me. So I'm just going to fucking do what I want. And so I just kept going. I kept going. And, ADHD hyperfocus kicked in again. One a day. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I want to date it until, and every time I want to date it, I didn't know whether it was going to do well. I just knew that I had to learn something from this. And then I got more and more into it. It's like when you're reading up about a bag.
Yeah.
Right? Let's talk about it in terms people can understand. When you're reading up about a bag, you read about the craftsmanship, about the leather, about the stitching, about the hardware, where it's made, who's made it, then the history of the product. And then suddenly you're like eyeball deep in interest because, wow, that's a lot of effort.
Yeah.
These people have put in so much effort. And as I read up and educated myself on content creation, I started to appreciate the form as another way to communicate.
Yes.
And as another art form that is an extension of what I already do. I'm a presenter, for God's sake. I'm a host. I'm an MC. I do voiceover.
Yeah.
I'm an actor. Everything behind the camera is what I can do, but through a phone. I reduced all the barriers to entry. And I'm able to push one video out a day because my ADHD brain is also something that keeps me going. And I never stop thinking, so hey, what if I put all of these amalgamated together into a video that I can also edit on a very easy to edit platform like CapCut?
Yeah.
Right? And every morning I would sit with my coffee and my brain will go. The moment that the caffeine hits my lips, brain activated.
The ADHD.
Right? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I wonder what research for the next, I don't know, hour and a half and realize, oh, well, that's satisfying. Wait, but what if I could share with people what I just researched? Okay, script. And then I push that video out in by the time it's like 12 or something, by 11 or 12, I'll push a video out and then I'm like, yeah, happy, go and have lunch or whatever, right? And that just kept going because my ADHD hyperfocus just kept hyperfocusing and hyperfocusing and hyperfocusing. And so one day I created a video that said, I think ADHD might be a superpower.
Yeah.
Of course, it can be, and it also can be not.
Yes.
But I think I was on an upward trajectory at this point, and it just made me realize, maybe, I can turn all of this, these things that people never consider convergible or transferable. I'm in this position where I can collect all of the things that I have done and put it into one video a day. What the hell?
Yeah. Just go for it.
When people say, are you not tired? I'm like, no, this is exciting. It's exhilarating for me.
Right.
To learn something new. And I realize, I think in that moment, that learning and curiosity is really at the core of everything that I do. I want to do the thing I know I can do, with the gift that I've been given, I want to do the best that I can do. And I think through the last 2 years of being on social media and doing well on social media and meeting a lot of people who want to talk to me or people who want to work with me, I've realized that because I put so much effort in the things that nobody cares about, that it's starting to shine on its own. And because nobody cares about these soft skills, it becomes the commodity that people want to get their hands on. And I cannot even explain to you how to get there, except 20 years of learning that you can be you.
Yes. Yeah, I think so. And again, it's like that stained glass window. How did you get there? But it's piece by piece. And you don't see the whole picture until you lay in the last little piece of glass. I do want to ask too, in your journey, this is kind of a new thing for you as well, because a
Yeah.
lot of yours have been acting, doing
Service
MC.
pillars, yes.
Right. So I'm kind of impressed that you did this and you took on this initiative. And real quick for the viewers, like my son is obsessed with eggs. It's like he got all the eggs and just put all these eggs dishes on his. Like you'll notice sunny side up egg
Yes.
here, and then the omelet egg,
Yeah.
and then the
Egg
tomato egg,
tofu,
that
yeah.
egg tofu.
He likes potato also,
He
right?
like the one potato is represented.
It's
The
like carbs and, but where's the fiber?
protein. You talk with him, please.
There's green stuff in it, so it's okay, right?
Yeah, there's good stuff. There's
Potato's a vegetable, right?
Potato's a vegetable. Yeah, Irish people would say so.
Got fiber.
What drove you to this? Like inspiration.
You know, when I tell people the narrative, right? I usually tell people the business narrative because that's the narrative people want to hear. Not that it's not true, but I think the more real version of why I start Pointy Rice is I've never started a physical product business in my life. And if my whole MO as Cait of all trades is to be able to collect experiences as I go, then I have to start. So I thought about like why I didn't want to start. And I understand why I didn't want to start as we went along. And now a year into it almost, like I'm exhausted.
I'm sure.
But did I learn? I think that was money well spent to the school of life once again.
That's good.
And to be honest with you, I started it because as a content creator, as a person that creates videos for companies, corporate and entertainment and videos, you know, for 5 years, people were paying me money to tell people about the products. But I wanted to understand how to actually build the product, how to keep people's attention, how to build a community, how to, you know, speak to different people using social media. I don't think social media is going anywhere for a while. I don't know, again, like if this is true, because look at AI. Things could change very drastically by the end of 2026. But again, at the core of it, I want to keep being able to add value to whoever works with me.
Yeah.
And how many creators will you be able to work with who can also say, I built something from scratch and amassed 11,000 followers, you know, within the year. And also like, I think value is at the core of everything I do.
Yeah.
Right. If I'm not learning, then I'm just whittling away with what I thought I knew, and it will just be that. And I'm not growing. I'm just stagnating.
Yeah.
Right. And so I didn't want that. I wanted to learn, and I learned so much that it actually opened new avenues for me.
It's good.
Yeah.
I think when we mix things up, it's like the simulation doesn't know what to do.
We believe in the simulation, do
I
we?
do.
Okay, we
And-
need to talk about this.
I mean, I do and I don't. Like, I just feel like life is a bit of a playground.
It is.
And I feel like when we throw in something it's not expecting, it doesn't know what to do with it. And it opens up so many doors.
Well, that's how you think it works. Okay.
That's how I feel. it
Okay.
works
Okay.
Sometimes. Like it changes the program because it gets used to your routine. And it's like, okay, this is how things go.
Right. And then you throw in a new prompt and AI does not know what to do with it. So it just vomits things and you're like, oh, what ideas.
Yeah.
okay, I mean, that's a good way to explain it too. I never really thought about it that way. Thank you
You're
for that.
welcome.
That was fun.
Yeah. Hope you like that. And yes, thank you as well. I got my unk out early.
There's 3 different designs in there. You can see it on the front now.
Okay.
Like one that's hot pot, one is a steamed fish, and one is yu sheng, which is very
Oh,
Chinese
okay.
New Year.
Yeah, the
So
lo
you
hei,
basically
right?
place you place it all together and like
Did
I
you-
didn't bring examples, but like the whole concept of pointy rice is because I like to play,
Yeah.
right? The idea is play. Right. In Singapore, people get very like uptight about perfection and everything. But the idea of these stickers are individual food because we love food. It's very
Yeah.
Singaporean. Cai fan. Now we have nasi padang. Now we have, lo hei, yu sheng, hot pot, and steamed fish.
Mm.
And the idea is that you can play. They're all individual stickers that you can stick wherever you want. They're very, very removable. They're easily
Yeah.
removed, but they won't fall off. Now, when people ask me how many times can they reuse it, I say 3. But
Three.
someone has told me like for 6 months, their son has taken it off, put it on his hand, and then stuck it back, and it sticks.
Really?
Don't quote me on this. My team will
Wow.
have my head, but I didn't know that it was sticky enough to stick and peelable enough so it doesn't bend. I will never look at stickers the same way again.
Yeah.
And
Incredible.
all because I started just a sticker business. What? Dude, I can tell you about stickers like nobody will believe. Can tell you about all the processes and everything. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And not all stickers are made the same. And you know what I'm
No.
also learning is maybe people will always have a low perceived value when it comes to stickers until they play with mine because I see the reactions once they start.
Yeah,
People don't know.
It's fun and it's a building thing. It's not just this is it, put it.
Yes, exactly. It's not here's one sticker, stick it wherever you
Yeah.
want because it resonates with you. It's what's on your plate. Who do you surround yourself on your plate of life?
Who are you? Yeah. What
It's
do you like?
very much like that.
It's personal.
It is.
And I have had very few chances to actually make the stickers, even though I've bought them, because my son keeps taking them immediately. And he just opens them and he starts creating.
I should just send you a whole ton of it. You know what we've been struggling with, right? We've been struggling with price points. Because I know there's a perceived value to stickers, but these are all hand illustrated.
Yeah.
And we want to properly like pay people.
Yes.
And a
course.
whole team of operations is going behind this, right? So like it's
Right.
very hard to explain to people
Right.
like price and stuff like that. But I have thought about like just asking people, what would you pay for this then?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Right?
I haven't thought about it.
I also never really thought about it, but like I think I should,
Yeah. Give it some thought.
Yeah. Because I want everyone to have it. I don't really care. Like, just play, man. Singaporeans, we don't play a lot in our lives. Play with
No.
this. Let me give you something to play. That's
Yeah.
really the crux of it all.
And it's so fun actually with the curries and things because you layer them.
On top of his head, like a hat.
Yeah.
Like a wig.
And the
I don't know.
egg is like,
I know. I mean, it's fun to me. But when I
It's
hear
fun to
people
me.
say it's for kids, I'm like, no, but try it because the kid in you is going to love it too.
Your kid is going to love it. When I
Yeah.
actually got to do it when we were at
Yeah.
the stall, I was just like, I want this one. And you don't realize because normally when you're getting like chai fun, it's like, okay, I can maybe get one extra dish and I'm going to treat myself today. It's like 30 cents extra
Yeah.
or something. But there you're just like, you can choose like anything in a way. And if you load up your plate and
Yeah. That's the whole point. The whole point is for fun. For fun, for irreverence, for something it's not even nostalgia. It's just like, dude, we've been making independent choices all our lives with the agency that we all have as human beings. But when we go into society, suddenly we have that taken away from us,
squash it out of it.
squished. And then what? We do what people say. I'm giving you an opportunity to just play.
Yeah.
Just play.
I think we should end on that. Play.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Yeah. Have
And
fun.
thank you for coming and having fun and chatting with me.
In
I hope
Yishun.
it's in Yishun. Okay.
I'm learning that Yishun's like actually pretty fancy.
It's
This
mad.
condo is damn fancy and quiet.
It's oasis, It's quiet. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed talking to you. And now it's all on camera too.
It's all on
Like,
camera.
it's exactly what we would say to each other
Yes.
IRL, we're chatting about.
Because we do end up talking like that.
Everything and nothing. And then my team is working the booth.
And they're just like, come on, guys. But thank you for coming. Thank you for joining.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being with us. Let us know if there's anything that spoke to you in the comment section. Remember to like, follow, and turn on your notifications in case he drops another video.
Exactly. What she said.
See you.